Well, we're on the spray application side of it now. Here's our little setup. Got the unit, two 30-gallon spray tanks, running half-gallon a minute tips, power booms here. You obviously have seen that. Here's our big tank. Essentially, Jared fills it in the morning. Pump full right now, basically. Got a lot of big yards to do today. But yeah, sticks it in there. That gets turned, fills that up. 300-gallon tank plus 60, so we could run 360 gallons a day, which is about 720,000 square feet. But yeah, got the pump runs through that line. That's how we fill up these tanks. This auxiliary tank, we won't be using this until the next application, once we start noticing crabgrass along the sides of driveways, because then we're going to spray along the driveway, kill all that. It's just, crabgrass is horrible along driveways, but that's kind of that whole little setup. So with us running half-gallon tips, we can run 120,000 square feet on a tank. So you got two 30-gallon tanks, so 60 gallons. If you're running 1 gallon tips, you could run 60,000 square feet, because we're putting down 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet. But yeah, we're running half gallons, so you can run 120,000 square feet. So that's about almost 3 acres. But like today, we're running all big lawns, so you can knock a lot of these out. They're wide open too. I think I got like 5 on that street that are 80,000 plus 50,000 here. You can knock a lot out. So guys, I'll give you a little walk down of the whole spray unit. Got your on-off switch for your pump. That won't turn on unless the key's on. And then you also got a spot spray switch, so push it in, your boom. As soon as you let go of that switch, it'll turn your boom back, or turn your sprayer back off. These are your valves for your boom. If you flip that up, it'll shut that side of the boom off. Flip that up, the middle side will shut off. Flip that up, all of that, the whole boom will be shut off. And then you can use your hand sprayer. So this is your hand sprayer, 75 foot of hose, the gun. If you got to get into places you can't get the machine, or just get close to stuff, you got that. Your pressure gauge, we're running at 35 psi. So that's just how much pressure is coming out of your tips. The higher the pressure, the more of a mist it's going to be. Think of it as like a pressure washer. Essentially that's basically what it is. It all runs through this pump. The lower your pressure, you're going to be putting down a heavier droplet, so it doesn't drift as much. But yeah, with we have a diagram on the back here of our seat. We have a diagram on the back of our seat. So we're running red tips at, if it'll ever focus, 40 psi, and we want to be running, so we're at 5 miles an hour, 40 psi. We want to be at a 0.5, that's at 0.48 at 30, so 35 will be right in the middle of that, and so we're good there. So with that now, you obviously, so these are your two suction tanks. So this would be your right side. So if I flip both of these there, that means this tank is shut off completely. This tank will not, nothing will get sucked out of this tank. It'll only get sucked out of that left tank, and if I close them both, then this, obviously nothing would come out. But yeah, so you could, if you wanted to, mix 2 different products in 2 different tanks, but we're just running basically weed control and some liquid fertilizer through it, more micronutrients, that type of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the rundown. Here's your spray tips right there. Like I said, half-gallon spray tips. You got your filter for any debris. We like to clean that out once a week. Not using the hopper anymore. So yeah, onto the spray side we go. Get you guys some footage of that. love doing these big yards too. So we do this yard. We already did it though. We do that one, this one, that one. Not the greenhouse, well, not those next two houses, but the one on the end too. But the best thing about doing these, like if I was doing this whole route, we did, like I said, you can kind of see my tire tracks. We did this one last week. But I just love doing these yards that are wide open. And you can, like, I can go so far in these passes. And this is what makes this machine just amazing. The only problem, which we've been dealing with a lot out here this spring, is, I mean, you get a field that's basically, you get a wide open neighborhood. I mean, and it's been so windy, so obviously with how we're spraying these tips, that mist, it'll just drift. So you really can't spray when it's windy out, especially out here. But like on a day like today, very calm, maybe 5-mile-an-hour winds max. This machine is just a beast. It honestly, I mean, it can knock out so much area in a short amount of time. Compared to guys that, you know, run the tanker trucks with hoses, I think there's a place for that, especially in town. You get a lot of, you know, stuff. They can spray on windier days too, because they're putting down a lot thicker droplets, so it's not drifting on them nearly as much as us. But on yards like this, where they're just completely wide open, I mean, in no scenario is a guy walking a hose, hand spraying the whole yard. I mean, if they, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. There's benefits and drawbacks from every piece of equipment or everything you do. But I personally, I love these machines. Only thing I don't love about them is the weight distribution. If you don't have 2 bags of fertilizer or just that counterweight in the front, this thing is going to flip over on hills. And even side hilling, I mean, this hub block down here, like I showed you guys in previous videos, it's a great thing to have, but it's trying to hold that button and hold a steep hill when you're slot. Yeah. So we're actually looking, there is a company, he actually built Z-Spray, but then sold Z-Spray to Toro. Yeah, he built a 4-wheel drive unit sprayer. It's called Toro Spray. Leave a link in the description too of the company. But I contacted them, and it sounds like we're gonna get a demo out here, probably within the next 2 months. But I think that's gonna be a game changer for spraying lawns. It's got 4-wheel drive, balance and stability is just amazing. It's got 4-wheel steer too, so it's not a 0 turn. It's gonna be a killer machine. I think, you know, if this demo is what we expect it to be, I think that's gonna be the next purchase. But yeah, other than that, this is just an amazing machine too. You can get a lot of stuff done in a really short amount of time. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that whole process. We'll get you guys set up here now. Maybe put you in a little time lapse or something.
Maybe on the beach, esquece.
Well, guys, got all done spraying for the day. Got a demo, well, we got a couple demo units in. We got this new V-Ride XL. We've mowed a couple lawns with it so far. I love it. I mean, thing's kind of a beast. I like the stand-on platform better than a sit-down. My personal preference, when you're standing, you know, when you got to get off and pick something up, or weed whip, or really just anything, you're not, when you sit down all day, you just feel so lethargic and just like so tired. So being on a stand-on unit just seems a lot better. 2 6-gallon tanks, a little bit wider platform. And the 72-inch deck, I think you can get the dual tire set up. From the, just the regular V-Ride, I think they beefed up the frame. This has got the 40 horse on it. I'd say the 40 horse is a little bit overkill for a mower. Drinks a lot of fuel, but deck goes up to 6 inches, so you can cut some pretty tall stuff. Overall, I think it mows great. We were supposed to get a demo unit, turf storm sprayer, and he brought it, but the speedometer wasn't working. I guess the guys before us had demoed it, flipped it into a pond, so I think he's fixing it and then gonna bring it back to us. But yeah, other than that, curious to see how that is. Like I said though, that Toro spray is probably gonna be the way I want to go, at least. Yeah, it's just a sweet machine. Update on this. Got a 7-gallon a minute pump now. A lot bigger than, look at the size difference. A lot bigger than this 5.3 gallon a minute. So the problem we were having is we got to run this for 5 miles an hour. We got to run 40 psi to the tips, and it was maxed out at about 22 psi. So got to go to a bigger gallon pump that can handle more pressure, put out more gallons per minute, and yeah. So that's kind of an update at the shop. What's going on? I know they're talking severe thunderstorms tomorrow. I just seen a alert, possible flash flooding. So tomorrow will be interesting. Probably ain't gonna do anything tomorrow. Maybe come in and do some tinkering, but Wednesday looks like 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, so maybe try that out. But I don't even know if we're gonna want to go out in 30 mile an hour winds. Even though we have that, it just kind of looks bad for customers. So next couple days might be a wash for us. I don't know, but and then that box truck is going in to get ramps this week. Other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the spraying video. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Later.